Here we go in five, four, three, two, one. Yo, welcome to another episode of Steer the Ship Sports Edition. You know what I'm saying? It be your boy Johnny, and welcome. You know what I'm saying? If you decide to click on the link to check us out and everything, we're gonna do a little preview of week two and a review of the game that happened last night with um with the Washington Commanders and the Green Bay Packers. You gotta forgive me, guys. It's kind of late and I'm tired and everything, so I'm about to rush through this because I'm gonna do the parlay picks tonight, and I think I might actually try to see if I can like sniff out some underdogs in there so I can whip up an underdog parlay to see who's going to win, who's going to be the winners, who's going to be the losers, who's going to get us paid and whatnot, right? So we're gonna go in, and I did make a selection last night. When I was doing my parlay, I was making selection. I'm gonna turn the music down just a little bit. Yeah, so I made a parlay and everything, and I picked the Green Bay Packers to win the game. I really didn't go with the spread. I didn't go with the over or the under, but what I learned from the game right here is that um that was really, yeah, there's differences and there's similarities between the quarterbacks of like Jordan Love and Jaden Daniels. But the thing about it is, like, it was just plain and simple. Jordan Love simply outplayed Jaden Daniels. They both pretty much was in the 200 marks of the yards that they were making. Jordan Love had a little bit more than Jaden Daniels. The only difference that I seen out the game is that Jaden Daniels was getting more pressured than Jordan Love was on the opposite side, right? Michael Parsons, like I said, really did make a difference for the pass rush attack for the Green Bay Packers. Dare I say, they're looking like they can be a top five defense right now, but that's week two saying this though. But that's how they're looking right now with the addition of Michael Parsons on this one. It's looking like, damn, Jerry kind of messed up right here. But I'm not gonna get on Jerry's case. I'm not gonna do that shit. I'm not gonna rain on Michael Parsons' parade right now with the talks of that guy. So rightfully, justfully, they earned this win. You know what I'm saying? Um, that was pretty much the only thing I could actually point out, that Jaden Daniels just got pressured more than he couldn't even do anything, even with the runs that he had. I think he had like what seven attempts of seven rushes. Uh, all the running backs, like anybody that ran the ball right there and had the most, all three of them had 17, and that was the runners for the Commanders. But it was a wise thing to do, Packers. And even before the game, before all this, the stats and everything, naturally, it's the Packers. Prime time, Lambeau Field. Yeah, yeah. You know what time it is, man. Them cheeseheads gonna win and shit. So that was a good pick right there. So with the Thursday night game already out the bag, like already in the bag, let's go and continue on with the games that's going to happen for the Sunday night, or for the Sunday afternoon, Sunday night, and Monday night. So the first game that I want to try to touch on will be the Buffalo Bills at the New York Jets. Spread set at 6. We already know what the hell is going to happen. You know what I'm saying? Buffalo Bills going to go up in there. It's a divisional game, so they're going to establish they're going to establish themselves as one of the teams to beat in the NFL, and that's the way it's going to go. You know what I'm saying? There's nothing else I can say. Don't ask me about the spread. I think Buffalo has enough firepower for the spread, but then again, I might go with the Jets on that spread. The Jets showed me a lot last week when it came to the Pittsburgh Steelers. Dare I say that this can be a very close game right here? You hear me? This can be a close game because I'm not basically all the praise that I just gave Josh Allen. It's kind of messed up, like how I basically just said that the New York Jets ain't shit, which they are something. Like they're pretty impressive, man. I was impressed with them, even though it was a loss. I was impressed with them when they went up against when they went up against Pittsburgh. So if I would go for the spread, I would actually choose the Jets to actually meet the spread. You know what I mean? I mean, Buffalo's Buffalo, but this might be a new Jets, guys. So this might be a new Jets, and they looking like they're the second best team in the division. So yeah, with that being said, though, money line bet, go with Buffalo. No money in that, but it's whatever. Next game, on to the next. We got Chicago Bears versus the Detroit Lions. Spread set at 6.5. So Chicago got to go to Detroit and play them right there. Detroit, I think, is still trying to find themselves after the loss of Ben Johnson, and Ben Johnson being that the team right that they have to play, the Chicago Bears. I think, they just trying to make it work. They were trying to make it work. That was an impressive game right there with the Vikings Monday Night Football. Problem with that one was that the Vikings didn't give up. The Vikings kept swinging and kept swinging and kept swinging. Now this is a tricky one right here, because with all that I just laid out on the table, right? Can Chicago beat Detroit? And is Detroit the same Detroit of last year? You know what I mean? Because how Detroit played against the Packers, I thought that the Packers was going. I thought that no, let me take that back. I thought that Detroit was going to beat the Packers for real, just because, like, all the shit that I had from last year. But then realizing, like, oh shit, your offensive coordinator is gone. You know what I mean? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. But then again, it's like Chicago is their own worst enemy. But then again, Detroit can be his own worst enemy as well. This is a tricky one right here. I'm going to choose Detroit. I'm going to choose them because I think Detroit knows who they are, and it's time for them to actually get serious and establish who they are. You know what I'm saying? With or without their old, with or without the OC that kind of did make their offense look pretty stellar last year. But it is what it is, man. It's like, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. And Chicago is still a working process. It's still a working project. It's still a working project. So I expect Detroit to win. I expect Detroit to win. A ass whooping on 7 points though. Uh yeah, it can be like that because Chicago could let a game just get away from them very easily, which I don't understand how the hell they do that, because that game that they had with Minnesota was like, how the hell did Minnesota catch up? That's a fucking gritty team right there, man. I like that boy JJ McCarthy for real though. All right, so with that saying, I just selected the Detroit Lions. If you want to know about a spread, don't ask me about a damn spread on this one. I'll probably tell you go with. If you're gonna go for the spread, I'll probably tell you to go with Chicago. I don't trust Detroit to bust that ass that bad. You know what I mean? And yeah, go Lions. So the next game we got is the Cleveland Browns versus the Baltimore Ravens. Spread set at, yeah, that's right, 12. I thought I saw two for a second. That's how tired boy was. I said, oh, that one for some reason got blurry. Yeah, ain't got much to say on this one. Yeah, let's be very quick with this one. Ravens is gonna win this game. 12 points too. I could see that. I could see that, and I will select that. It's kind of messed up though, because Cleveland don't have a bad defense like talk about, but when we see what that team did to Buffalo and they lost that game, that's a team I don't want to play. I wouldn't want to play them. I wouldn't. Well, yeah, that was kind of testing my manhood right there. But like for real, this is a team that you really don't want to step to right now. I'm like, they pissed off and they looking like, to let their anger out on somebody. So I choose Ravens, and hell yeah, I choose that spread too. That's how confident I feel on that one. So, anyways, well, besides that, you got okay. The next game is the Jacksonville Jaguars versus the Cincinnati Bengals. The spread is set at 3.5. Since he's gonna beat the Jags, I think that Cincinnati was just pretty much just getting the car revved up and started. We all know that this team just always starts out slow in the beginning of the year, but something happened that never really happened. They won their first game of the season. So that's pretty cool. You know what I'm saying? Joe Burrow and them, they getting it going. They getting it moving. So now they got to do this shit with the Jacksonville Jaguars. This would be a measuring stick for the Jaguars to see if they're a good team, they're moving in the right direction. Who knows? But this is a measuring stick. This is a measuring stick game for the Jacksonville Jaguars. But as a betting man, a safe betting man, I will choose the Cincinnati Bengals to give me my chips, give me my dips, and yeah, choose that spread too. It's possible. It's possible. Very possible. Next game that we got to review right now is Los Angeles Rams versus the Tennessee Titans. Spread set at 6. Los Angeles Rams being the favorite. Yeah, I can actually see this right here. I can actually see this right here. The Rams was just clicking on all cylinders and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Matt Stafford still being that same general. Um, what they did to the offense of the Houston Texans, I don't know if this could override what the Tennessee Titans said the line, because the line could not protect CJ Stroud for anything, it seemed like. Now you got Cam Ward who has good mobility as a quarterback. You know what I mean? The movements and everything. But they just trying to figure it out too. Rookie quarterback at that, man. You know what I'm saying? I expect the Rams, Sean McVay, to be very aggressive with his play calling and everything. I expect the Rams to win this, even by the spread. Yes, sir, Bob. The Rams. Next game that we're going to look at is the New England Patriots versus the Miami Dolphins. Spread set at 2.0. Yesterday it was at 1, so it went up now. And I'm going to have to just choose the Patriots on this one because I don't know. The Miami is like, now it's like you're gambling everything on Tua. Tua played bad that last game against the Colts. He played bad. At first, I'm thinking the Colts are busting that ass. Tua turned the ball over like maybe 5-6 times in that game. I don't know, but all I know is when I saw the third turnover, I kind of laughed a little bit. At first, I was like, ooh. Second time, I was like, ooh. Third time, I was like, what the fuck is going on with him, dog? Like, fourth time, I'm like, oh my God, yeah. I think it's time for him to hang that helmet up, dog, man. It's a sad thing to see, man, because I actually like Tua, but it's a sad thing to see that shit right there, bro. But if you want to go and you need to bet on a team, I have to take the Patriots, man. I feel like the Patriots, they played a pretty good team in the Raiders. The Raiders is a fucking good team. As I really just looked at them, I'm like, wow, they actually have the potential to be good right there. With a Chip Kelly offense and a Pete Carroll defense. Head coach is Pete Carroll, by the way. Yeah. I'm like, damn. They could actually be good. And the Patriots, I guess it was like, they was hanging, and then they just couldn't hang anymore, especially when Drake made through the interception. So after that was it. But I could see the Patriots actually beating Miami. I don't know. I think people just gave up on Miami now. Even I gave up on Miami. So I'm choosing the Patriots on this one. Don't ask me about the spread. New York Giants versus the Dallas Cowboys. Spread set at 6.5. Dallas being the favorite. And man, Dallas is not a bad team. It's not a bad team at all. You know what I mean? Week 1 is week 1. Sometimes some teams gotta just clean up the mess that they created. Clean up the mess that was like created in that. You know what I mean? It's time to iron out the wrinkles, sharpen the blade and everything like that. CD Lamb is gonna come back out and he's gonna do his thing. But that pass rush, I now want to see how that pass rush with the New York Giants really look like. You know what I'm saying? I want to see that shit. So this is gonna be a really good matchup. Obviously, it's a division game. There's a lot of division games out there too. It's a division game, and it could possibly be a close game with these two as well. But Dallas should win. Point spread though. I don't think nobody believes in Russell Wilson anyway. So yeah, I think I choose the spread right there. So next game, San Francisco 49ers versus New Orleans Saints. Spread set at three set at three. San Francisco being the favorite. Now this is a fucked up game right here because San Francisco is really, really, really hurt. But does that matter with the Saints if you have a really, really good defense? This was a game I had to kind of sit down and just try to dissect, see like, hey man, can New Orleans beat them with or without Brock Purdy? And even if they do get rid of Brock Purdy, they got Mac Jones back there. So it's like, damn, Christian McCaffrey, can't forget him. Ricky Purcell, I think, can actually rise up as the wide receiver dealing with the injuries that they are plagued with right now. But that defense is good enough that I feel that they can keep the Saints honest. You know what I'm saying? And Spencer Rattler and all that. But I really do feel that, with all that being said, 49ers can control this game. Or who knows? But I'm picking the 49ers in this one. With the spread is too narrow. So yeah, I'll even choose a spread as well. So the next game that we're gonna be looking at, the Seahawks versus the Pittsburgh Steelers. We got the Seattle Seahawks versus the Pittsburgh Steelers. Spread set at 3.0. Page down a little bit. But we are almost done. And once I get done, I am going straight to sleep, guys. So let's keep running. Seattle Seahawks versus Pittsburgh Steelers. Spread set at 3. Pittsburgh being the favorite. I can see that right there. I just feel like the defense, if they just do what they have to do just to keep Sam Darnold, just take him off his game and everything, this can be okay. This can be a win. Aaron Rodgers, you know what I'm saying? Got the people around him. He's just gonna make it work too. So I feel that the Steelers should win. I just don't see it enough from the Seahawks for me to be like, yeah, they can beat the Steelers. But yeah, Steelers are gonna win. 3.0. Yeah, I'll choose the spread as well. All right, so the next game that we got up is the Carolina Panthers versus the Arizona Cardinals. Spread set at 7 points. Cardinals being a favorite. And you know what? I'm a Panthers fan. Almost every episode, I would let you guys know that I'm a Panthers fan and shit. And I'm going to tell you this straight up. The Panthers have disappointed me so much that I don't believe that they're going to go into Arizona and get a win. I am sorry. I'm going to be like that. They're the only team I'm going to actually criticize harshly when they're not doing good, because that's my squad. I want them to do well. It's been a while, man. We suck for a while. And Jaegers going to have to show me. There was a lot of mistakes that was made. A lot of mistakes that was made last week. You know what I mean? And there was only just a couple of bright lights out there. So I have a feeling that we might win. But I just don't see it. They're just gonna have to show me. You're gonna have to make it real, because I can't fantasize it. I'm sorry. Cardinals. Yeah. Spread. Yeah. We forget about this defense too. It's a veteran defense, but it's a veteran defense right here. So this defense knows shit. And I don't know, man. It's gonna be a rough season for us Panthers fans. That's all I gotta say about that. Next game, we got the Denver Broncos versus the Indianapolis Colts. Spread set at 1. Denver being the favorite. That's crazy shit. It's gonna be a defensive game right here. You know what I mean? Bo Nix should really is essential for both quarterbacks, both Bo Nix and Daniel Jones, not to fuck up. And that is it. But I have to just go with who cannot mess up. Who's gonna be the first to fuck up? Most likely Danny Dimes. Sorry, guy. Most likely Danny Dimes. So I'm gonna just roll with Denver on this one. I'm gonna roll with Denver on this 1-1. This coffee is not working, guys. All right, the next game is the Philadelphia Eagles versus the Kansas City Chiefs. Spread set at 1. Favorite is the Eagles. Now, this is a tricky one. This might be my underdog, but I don't like it because the spread don't mean shit. You know what I mean? The spread don't mean nothing. The odds aren't shit. But I can feel that. I have a feeling that the Chiefs can win. Just simply because they're in Arrowhead. I feel that they can win. Home field advantage will really help them out beat the Eagles. They're going to come out there. That's going to be that. Oh, you already know. You hear me? It's about to go. It's going to be live over there. So I'll go with the Chiefs on a safe bet just because I'm like, ain't no way. I can't see. Ain't no way. Like, not ain't no way, but I'm like, ain't no way I could see them losing at home like that to, the Super Bowl champs who beat them in the Super Bowl. So this is a revenge game. Obviously, it's a revenge game, man. I know they're gonna be. And then this isn't the same defense from last year. It's not. It's not the same defense. Okay, so I'm picking the Chiefs on this one. At first I picked the Eagles, but I'm gonna pick the Chiefs just because I'm just like, nah, man, they gonna be at home. They're not gonna lose it. They can't lose at home. They lose at home. Oh boy, red alert, red the fuck alert. Next game that we about to review right now. Oh yes, we're almost there. 3 more games, guys. Atlanta Falcons versus the Minnesota Vikings. Spread set at 3.5. We're gonna rush through this. We're gonna ramble through this because I feel that I really want to go with this game. I'll pick the Falcons. Want to know why I'll pick the Falcons? Just because, like I said earlier, with the Chicago Bears, the Minnesota Vikings was not doing well that whole game into the fourth quarter. But real talk, the ending is what matters the most in any type of game right there, right? So Atlanta is not Chicago. Atlanta's not Chicago. Atlanta's a little bit more balanced than Chicago because they know who they are right now. They have their identity. Right now, like I said, they still trying to find themselves over there in Chicago. So with that being said, I'm going to choose the Atlanta Falcons to win this game on the road right there. You hear me? That's taking nothing away from Minnesota. I just feel that it'll be another measuring stick game for them. And it's just that Atlanta's a little bit more balanced than Chicago. That's all I have to say about that one. Next game that we about to review right now is going to be Tampa Bay Buccaneers versus the Houston Texans. Spread set at 2.5. Bucks are the favorite, and I'm just gonna say it like this, man. When Baker Mayfield and them come to town, bro, the Texans better be ready to play because Baker ain't gonna be playing around like talk about like that. You hear me? Baker is not coming here to just fucking play around with you, bro. Playtime is over. You hear me? You better be ready, cause it might just be some gunslinging type shit out there. You hear me? So I hope the Texans can keep up with this one because, man, the Bucks they high power. They really are, man. They really are. And that spread, yeah, I'll take that spread too. Because if CJ Stroud can't get shit going, nothing ain't gonna happen. And the last game that we got is the Los Angeles Chargers versus the Las Vegas Raiders. Spread set at 3.5. Chargers being the favorite. This should be a really good Monday Night Football game right here because both teams are good. It's a divisional game, and I feel like both teams are good. The Chargers are better, but both teams are good. And the thing on this one is I just see Justin Herbert just going in there and just doing his thing like how he did last week with the Chiefs. You know what I'm saying? But Geno Smith is pretty good too. But this squad and yeah, man, I forget about them, dude. The Chargers got a good defense, well, a good front on the defense. You know what I'm saying? So they can disrupt Geno Smith. they could be very disruptive for Geno Smith and everything. Knock him off his game, force him to make bad plays. All in all, though, I'm still going with the Chiefs. I mean, the Chargers. Why do I always get the Chiefs and the Chargers mixed up like that? I'm going with the Chargers. So, yeah, that's my parlay. I'm going to punch that ticket in and everything like that. I hope you guys win big this weekend. If I got any more parlays or anything that I decide to whoop up, I'll just post them up on the Instagram or in the Facebook page. So don't forget to like and subscribe to us on any listening platform you may be listening to podcasts. We're on YouTube. You can follow us on Instagram at Steer the Ship. My personal Instagram is at Mr. Johnny Woe. You can also follow us on Facebook. That's Steer the Ship Radio. Don't ask why I got that name, Steer the Ship Radio. It was a long time ago before the podcast. And other than that, yeah, man, I just hope that you guys have happy winnings. You have a good weekend. Enjoy the Canelo Alvarez Terrence Crawford fight. I'm going for Bud. You can hate me now. And yeah, man, y'all just have a good weekend out there. Peace.